96.9 FM, 1240, Now live to Johnny's New York Style Pizza in LaGrange for the LaGrange College Coaches Corner.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Coaches Corner. Got a great crowd out here at Johnny's Pizza tonight. We invite you to come out here and join us. We'll find you a seat. Don't worry. One of these girls will scoot over and let you sit in their lap if you need to. But we're getting ready to talk about LaGrange College football as the LaGrange College Panthers took on the folks from Averett. They came down the Cougars. It was kind of cat scratch fever between the two big cats out there. Coach Shaver's here with me. We started off the ball game really pretty well, holding them to a field goal. Again, an offense that really churns yardage down the field. Not a big play offense, but they love some ball control. They drove down that. We hold them to a field goal. I think was a victory in that first drive. That we come back and able to drive down, put points on the board at 7-0. We had again Stockton. We had a call coming in the I think it was second quarter that. We call an interception, being to bring that down the field. We're really excited. We've stopped them. They've turned the ball over, and then we get a very. I'm just going to say it because I'm not the one going to get in trouble. A bad call. They said we roughed the passer. The passer was on his back. He was on his back foot anyway.
Yes.
He was going to the ground. We just kind of helped him down a little bit. But it was the ball gets back to them. They're able to drive down and. Again, it changed the complexion of the ball game.
Sure
again, we're still playing. We're leading 7-3. After we kick off to them, they actually return the ball all the way. But that touchdown gets called back to the 25 after they were doing some taunting on sportsmanlike. But they were able to put the ball in, and then we throw an interception. We get the ball back. Right. So within 2 minutes, they put 14 points on the board, and that really put us back on our heels. I think
it did. And I tell you, we started the game exactly what we told our guys we wanted to do. You know, defensively, we played some different coverages, played a different front. Really gave them a lot of trouble on the offensive side of the ball. They was frustrated. They couldn't get in their normal rhythm of how they, were in their offense, and that's what we want to do. We want to throw them off, and we did. And going down and getting an interception was a big part of our game plan, and we thought we had it.
Right.
And
well, so did everybody in the stands. I mean, it was pretty clear.
I didn't agree with the call. I thought the guy jumped backwards, and it wasn't roughing the passer. But for a young team, a young defensive team, we needed that momentum.
Yep.
So. But offensively, we struggled a little bit in the first quarter. Our whole goal going into this game, on offense was to, continue to make first downs. Mm-hmm. And, we did that in some areas, and then some areas we turned the ball over, and that's something that we didn't want to do.
Yeah, I think about our defense, and is it Bowen? What was the young man's name? They're running back.
Yes, Bowen. Sean Bowen.
He's been leading the conference in rushing, and we really shut him down in this ball game.
And that's something we've never done before here. Since I've been here, Sean Bowman he's done a fabulous job in his league, and he's one of the top prospects in USA South. But we held him to 71 yards total offense. He had one run that was 35 yards in four quarters.
It was the bulk of his run. Yep.
That's correct. So
that was late in the ball game, if I remember.
Yep.
Also, Wright, the quarterback for Averett, he's actually the USA South Offensive Player of the Week.
That's right. So you got a offensive unit that came in with a lot of accolades, and I really believe I thought our defense played phenomenal. Mm-hmm. We did what we had to do to get them off the field. And I just wish, the score was a little bit different.
As we were watching it, my radio partner Bill and I were talking about how the tackling looked a lot better, especially in the first half. Yeah. We saw guys not dive for ankles, hit them up high, and then we watched other guys swarm in to help out, which is really what you want your defense to do.
That's exactly right. Like I said, we gave them blitzes. So things worked out for us defensively,
I think I only went to just a three-man front in the second half.
Three-man front, very simple gap scheme defense. Played a lot of different coverages, in terms of, cover 3, cover 4, play some man cover, and it just kind of confused, the blocking schemes up front and confused them in the passing game.
I thought our corners, I think, played one of the best games they played.
Sure did.
There were several broken up passes. They were right there with guys. Even if they made catches, we were right there to bring them down. I thought that they read their receivers very well.
They did. And like I said, our defense, they're a young group. They're very hungry. They're starting to take coaching, which, I'm starting to notice. And today in practice, I saw our guys having fun. And that's something I've looked at, on Saturdays, and are we having fun on Saturday? And now I'm starting to incorporate just having fun. Having fun. Let's Let's create some tangible goals. You know, my goal on defense right now is to get a 3 and out.
Yep.
I don't want to look past that right now. Offensively, my goal is to, get a first down. So let's build on those things and see what happens.
You get enough first downs, you put it in the end zone. Let's take a break. We come back. Lots more to talk about as we're talking LaGrange College football right here on Eagle Sports.
If you want to scale a mountain, buy boots. If you want to turn your crush into something more, say hi. At Country Financial, we know protecting the things you love and preparing for tomorrow start with simple steps. So we help you take small steps today with insurance and financial services that can have a big impact on your family's future. Too often, too late comes too soon. So let's get started at countryfinancial.com.
It is sell down time at Nissan of LaGrange. Richard Cates here, General Manager with Nissan of LaGrange, and it is time to start moving out all of our 2018 inventory to make room for the 2019s. That means the best savings of the year are taking place right now. Have you been hesitant to look because you're waiting for the perfect time? Well, now is your chance. You can visit Nissan of LaGrange on the Parkway or check us out where we are always open at nissanoflagrange.com. Visit soon to receive great pricing and the great experience our customers have come to expect. Nissan of LaGrange, your friendliest hometown dealer.
Kemp's Carpet, your locally owned and operated carpet professional since 1977. Owned by Gerald Kemp and his sons, Brett and Jeff. They are your Mohawk, Shaw, and Armstrong certified flooring dealer with a huge inventory of carpet and vinyl flooring. They have a wonderful installation crew that gets the job done right, so you'll be enjoying your flooring for years and years. So drop in and pick it out. They'll measure and get a free estimate to you quick. Kemp's Carpet, located at 1287 Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange, or on the web at daltonwest.com. And you can like them on Facebook at Kemp's Carpet.
Where can you be encouraged to make your own discoveries? Where can you be challenged to achieve the impossible by professors who know you by name? Our graduates have earned Emmy and Grammy nominations, successfully negotiated major business deals, and been inspired to teach and serve where they're needed most. Experience a transforming education at LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Now back to the Coach's Corner live at Johnny's New York Style Pizza on Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
All right, got a lot of Callaway folks out here, the softball team. Got some cheerleaders there definitely supporting us. I think Coach Wiggins may have a chance at taking the Coach's Challenge tonight. I mean, he's got a – did you play in this, Coach? Did you tell him?
That was –
yeah, okay. We've got Pete Wiggins over there. I'm sure all of these were at the football game, too, so they're here to support the team, and that's really sweet to see. Of course, we appreciate all the folks that continue to support LaGrange College football. Coach, another full set of stands this past week. Again, you and I were talking off air before the ball game. We played North Carolina Wesleyan the week before, and then we played Averett this week. Probably the two top teams in our conference, and really they're getting noticed outside of our conference.
Yeah, I agree. Those two teams, we looked at them on film, and we thought, overall, 1 and 2 in the conference. Everybody else seemed to be pretty down. I think we got a chance versus everybody else, and I thought I go into every game thinking we got a chance to win them all. But at the end of the game, you kind of evaluate what happened in the game, and you evaluate them again, and you just decide as a staff, hey, this is a very good football team. And
well, I think you said something very wise. As we got started with the broadcast, we were talking again off air that these guys, a lot of them, we have played so many freshmen, freshmen. Right. And if a bad call goes their way, a busted play or something like that, and sometimes they can't get off the mat quite like you would want somebody with some experience getting off.
That's right. And that's part of the, being young. Being young, they can't really handle those type situations. So at best you can, you have to make them aware of how big of a game that we just played. The magnitude of playing a team like Barry, then you come back and you play NC Westland. Then you come back and play
you got a team that's definitely it's nationally ranked.
That's a national ranked team. They're 4-0 in their conference, and Birmingham Southern was much improved. So they don't quite understand the magnitude of a game, a big game, and we got to somehow win those big games. And that's that's how we're going to gain our confidence in this league.
Well, and even as we look at the score, it's really not indicative of to me the way the game was played.
Right.
The in 2 minutes, 2 scores by Averett changed the whole complexion of the ball game. It really did. It's really just 2 miscues. They were down. They're inside the 25. It's going to be hard to stop a team like that from getting in the end zone. But then The interception, just a deflection,
right.
And an interception. Not a bad throw.
It's not. And I tell you, when you look at that play, there was a similar play, in the third quarter that happened when, they ran the same route. Their team, it was a tip pass,
yep.
and it didn't go our way. So, you can kind of see the similarities, but, giving up 2 scores right before the half is something that you don't want to do. Once again, being young, understanding the moment, understanding the sudden change and what you got to do to go out on defense, and you got to stop them. We gave up a pass that was on a scramble,
right.
And then the second touchdown, we busted the coverage.
I was thinking too, Coach, as we were doing the starting lineups as we got ready to broadcast the game, the weight differential was. We were giving up 30 to 50 pounds per man across the front line.
Yeah, and that's pretty much everybody across the board in this conference. We got to do a better job of recruiting size, and that going into this off season, that's something that we're going to address.
Well, I saw it, as you mentioned, the stunts kind of varying things up. We went to the 3-man front, bringing in the safety blitz, some of those things. They began to work because we were able to expose some of those gaps, and we got a little pressure on the quarterback as the game progressed.
Right, and, playing a 4-man front is pretty difficult. Now you got to take on double teams, and, based on their running game. The way I look at it, I need to get my best guys on the field, and the only way to do that, and I have to change my front, and we did it. Yeah,
and again, the experience level, you got a guy that's 21 years old,
right.
Been lifting weights, been getting bigger all along against a guy that was playing on Friday nights, not 6 months before. That's a big difference in just the size differential.
Right, and I tell you what, you look up in some moments of the game, we're playing 7 or 8 freshmen on defense, and that's scary for the simple standpoint that, hey, they haven't really had an opportunity to gel as a group, and next is just pure experience.
Yep.
These guys played in high school, but they didn't play that much. So they're still learning, they're still developing, and our defensive staff did a great job working with these young men, and they're getting better every day.
We'll talk about some of those guys in particular when we come back right now. Second of the break, you're listening to the Coach's Corner, LaGrange College Style. It's got so many Kelly folks here, threw me off. Right here from Johnny's Pizza on the Parkway across the mall on Eagle Sports.
Hello, Granger fans. The Mike Patton Auto family is your local team that does not practice to get it right, but to make sure they don't get it wrong. They strive to give you a great experience each time you give them the opportunity. They understand you have options of where you go to purchase and service your truck, car, and SUV. But come see why thousands of customers keep coming back to Mike Patton time after time. We appreciate your time and business with a quality service department, and we look forward to taking care of you in the years to come. Now, go Grangers! You need to brush your teeth at least twice a day, and you need to have your teeth cleaned and looked at by a dentist at least twice a year. We've heard this since we were kids, but sometimes we get busy and forget to brush and skip an appointment. We turn around, and it's been a while since we've been to the dentist. So let's get back on track. Call Childress Dental Center for an appointment at 706-882-1888 or go to the web at childressdentalcenter.com because your smile is very important, and we want you to have the best one possible. Childress Dental Center, now at 2 locations, 114 Calumet Center in LaGrange and 100 College Street in Hogansville.
It robs you of the very pleasure of life, back pain, and it's a national problem.
Low back pain is one of the most common and expensive maladies in our country.
Dr. Jim Aspinwall.
Research has shown that for patients who are diagnosed with herniated disc, diagnosed as needing surgery, 86% of those cases respond to what we do.
The Aspinwall Clinic. Safe, gentle, and extremely effective treatment.
Non-surgical, non-drug relief of the cause of back pain and sciatica.
Aspinwall Clinic, 706-884-8360.
Everywhere you look on your campus, some event is happening, and that's the way you want it. But keeping your active campus clean and looking its best isn't easy. Nonetheless, National makes it look easy. Low staff turnover and a commitment to excellence allow National to ensure your campus from top to bottom, inside and out, is always perfect and spotless. Parents and students alike give us a 4.0, and we settle for nothing less. You'll like having National on the job.
Visit us at teamnational.com to see what National can do for you.
Now back to the Coach's Corner live at Johnny's New York Style Pizza on Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner live here from Johnny's Pizza. We're across from the mall, right here on the Parkway. We invite you to come out and join us. We got a few booths open now. We got a lot of folks celebrating. This is one of the great things that Johnny's does is give you plenty of a celebrative atmosphere. Come on out and join us just about any night of the week, and we'll be happy to have you. Coach, we had some guys, again, in a loss. You still kind of reflect back and you see some positive performances. One of the guys that just jumps out to me was Nick Searcy. Not just senior leadership, but graduate leadership and his on the defensive side.
Yeah, I can't say enough about Nick Searcy. He does a phenomenal job, on defense. He even got a couple plays on the offense.
Got to run the ball.
Yeah, he got to run the ball, and I tell you, he's one of a kind. He's a graduate student. He want to help coach. He does a lot for us in the weight room, and just. I don't know when he have time to sleep. I mean, he's the Superman of Division III right now.
Yeah, he does. Again, I mentioned he's been a running back for years. Yes. And coming in on the defensive side, a standout on this side. Yes. Cam Perkins, he's I think doing a great job. His accuracy of throwing, I thought, got better as the game went on.
It did, and when you look at the entire game, Cam did a great job. The pressure he was getting from the offensive line and stepping and moving the pocket and throwing a good ball, to me that was something that he hadn't shown, and he did a great job with that. He's growing. I mean, he's the future of he's our quarterback of the future, and I think every game you're going to see him do something better. And now we're going to try to get him out on the perimeter and see if he can make plays with his arm out there on the perimeter. We know he can run.
I thought there'd be some neat adjustments with him just from the pocket position, giving him the option to just take off down the field. If you see that chance for a first down, I saw him take that opportunity a couple of times. I don't know if it was called or just part of the offense to give him that chance if he sees it.
I think a person of his caliber, you need to coach him in that way where don't feel bad if you don't make the throw.
Right.
Take off, get a first down. Let's regroup and let's see if we can go at it again.
Caleb Spear also came in late in the ball game and just threw a dagger down the field. Just a gorgeous pass for a big first down. Got us inside the 5, led to a touchdown. I thought that being a third, fourth down the line, but he was just next man up, and I think did a great job after Cam was banged up a little bit.
And I tell you, Caleb coming into camp, we thought he would be the one to win the job, because of his accuracy down the field, his awareness to play the position. Once again, but Cam, he stood out so much as a runner, and his playmaking ability is just that, there are two different type of quarterbacks.
It just gives you so many different options.
It does.
And, of course, everybody says RPO. That's everybody likes to talk about that. You're really not running that with Cam right now. No. He's with lined up as the traditional kind of wildcat runner, but he's handing the ball off too. I thought y'all did some really neat things with the empty backfield. You see him back there, and you're bringing a slot receiver back around to hand the ball off to. It had a little reverse. Y'all threw it in the ball game. So while some defenses may think, okay, there's a quarterback, he's by himself, let's key on him. Right. You're doing some things to bring your H-back back around. Just some things that really vary things up for you.
And I tell you, those guys, our offensive staff, they did a wonderful job this week, preparing for what they saw. We knew it would be a challenge to run the ball inside. They did a great job of creating plays to get us on the perimeter. Our running backs, they did a good job of pressing the edges and getting around the Sam linebackers. But overall, our game plan was to get outside, get on the perimeter, get our quarterback on the perimeter, and let him make plays.
I thought that Campbell didn't have as many catches as we seem. He still seems to always find himself open, working his way up to, I think, 4th on the all-time list. By the time the season's over, he could be the best receiver LaGrange College has ever had.
Sometimes you just got to, I stepped in and I said, hey, listen, Cam, you just got to understand. He's our best receiver. When things break down, look for him.
In fact, he came back to him a couple of times.
He sure did. And, if I was playing that position, I'd be doing the same. I'd be looking for my best receiver, especially when things are breaking down. But even in your progression, you always got to keep in mind that he's our best player. Let's figure out ways to get him the ball and let him make plays.
Again, I'm really proud of the way that our guys are tackling. And we mentioned that a minute ago, that I know that y'all been coaching them up on that, because in this league, especially like a guy like Bowen this past week, you can't go to his ankles.
You cannot.
You've got to stand him up. You've got to have that initial lick, and then let your help come around you.
And we knew the 3 best running backs in this league. 2 of them is at NC Wesleyan. 1 of them is at Avery. So we spent a lot of time tackling. Talking about it, preaching it. In practice, we call it a hard thud. We have to get to the ball carrier, make him stop. And we, it's just something that we've been preaching and we've been doing, and it's paying off.
Well, I'm just proud of the guys. I thought, again, it was a second half, I think, kind of got away from us a little bit.
Yep.
I think the guys got a little down after those 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes. And just their body language kind of showed that they just weren't into the second half as much as they were in the first.
Well, you come out of the locker room, it's 17-7. Mm-hmm.
And you've been leading 7-3.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So, with a young team, you got to get them back. You got to get them back going. And we came out of the locker room. We immediately went 3-and-out on offense. Yep. So that was a downer. So, when guys feeding off each other, especially from an offense and defensive perspective, the defense felt like, the offense let down.
Where's our rest? Give us some time.
That's exactly right. But, being a young team, anytime you get an opportunity to play defense or offense, that's your opportunity. It doesn't matter what the score is. You have to go out and play your best. And that's what we're preaching.
Well, and they are doing that. I'm proud of that, Coach. Yeah. We'll talk about this in the next break. But as we look down the schedule, we'll walk down that in just a minute. I think that we have a great opportunity to run the table.
Hey, I feel good about it. We got to do it one play at a time, one series at a time. Win those small battles, and then let's hopefully at the end of the game it'll be a big victory for us.
All right, let's take another break. When we come back, we'll continue here from Johnny's Pizza. We're having a great time here. We invite you to join us out here at Johnny's Pizza every Monday night for all the Coach's Corner shows. Right now you're listening to Eagle Sports right here.
If you want to scale a mountain, buy boots. If you want to turn your crush into something more, say hi. At Country Financial, we know protecting the things you love and preparing for tomorrow start with simple steps. So, we help you take small steps today with insurance and financial services that can have a big impact on your family's future. Too often, too late comes too soon. So let's get started at countryfinancial.com.
It is sell down time at Nissan of LaGrange. Richard Cates here, General Manager with Nissan of LaGrange, and it is time to start moving out all of our 2018 inventory to make room for the 2019s. That means the best savings of the year are taking place right now. Have you been hesitant to look because you're waiting for the perfect time? Well, now is your chance. You can visit Nissan of LaGrange on the Parkway or check us out where we are always open at nissanoflagrange.com. Visit soon to receive great pricing and the great experience our customers have come to expect. Nissan of LaGrange, your friendliest hometown dealer.
Kemp's Carpet, your locally owned and operated carpet professional since 1977. Owned by Gerald Kemp and his sons, Brent and Jeff. They are your Mohawk, Shaw, and Armstrong certified flooring dealer with a huge inventory of carpet and vinyl flooring. They have a wonderful installation crew that gets the job done right, so you'll be enjoying your flooring for years and years. So drop in and pick it out. They'll measure and get a free estimate to you quick. Kemp's Carpet, located at 1287 Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange, or on the web at daltonwest.com. And you can like them on Facebook at Kemp's Carpet.
Mention LaGrange College and the word one pops up a lot. Like the student-faculty ratio is 11-1. That means plenty of one-on-one time with professors. Our students work for number one companies, earn Emmy and Grammy nominations, and they give back to their communities, which is wonderful. We are LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. One visit, and you'll see why. LaGrange.edu/journey.
Now back to the Coach's Corner live at Johnny's New York Style Pizza on Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
The question is, will they get that excited for Pete Wiggins? That's what I'm really wondering as he gets ready to do the Callaway Show in just a bit. Right now, we're talking LaGrange College football right here on Eagle Sports. We're at Johnny's Pizza tonight. We're across from the mall right here on Lafayette Parkway. We invite you to come out here. This, of course, is the come on, I want to make sure we're also sponsored by Kia. Kia of LaGrange is also one of our big sponsors here for this program. We thank you to them for all their support, and, of course, to all of our sponsors as we have our Coaches' Corners tonight. Of course, we've got this show. Following this, we'll have Callaway come up with Coach Pete Wiggins. We'll have Coach Tanner Glisson. Greg Hicks will be here to talk to him about an off week. We didn't do anything last week.
We won.
And, yeah, that's definitely a win. And then I'll close things out with Coach Chuck Gibbs from LaGrange High at 8:30. But, Coach, we tough with the top two teams in our conference, two of the top teams really in the area and in this region. We've played them. We're past them. We're looking forward now. Greensboro is the first, and you mentioned it's not about looking all the way down to Huntington at the end of the season. It's looking at the first down of the next ball game against Greensboro.
Right, and that's what we're looking for. Talking to our guys today. Let's make some tangible goals. What can we do right now to get better as a team? And and we just came up with the whole idea of, hey, let's get, one first down on offense, and on defense, let's work on getting a 3 and out, and let's celebrate that. Let's on the sideline when it happens. Let's be proud about it, because that's something is a big moment.
Now, is there a belt coming here to the sideline at LaGrange College?
It's coming. It's coming. I'm talking it up right now, and I think you have to you got to do things like this just to get our guy, get the morale up. Everything is not bad. These are good times. And this is a fun game. Is some of our guys, they put so much pressure on themselves and they dread it. So we got to do things as coaches to make sure that they understand, hey, let's have fun.
Yeah. Well, I think we forget, too, these are kids.
They're kids.
Yeah,
that's right.
They're kids in the prime of their lives, and they, anybody who's ever played football, even if you played back in high school as I did, there's a joy that comes from being out there on a Friday or on a Saturday afternoon and just being with the guys that you've been in the trenches with, get to hit somebody with a different color jersey on, impress the girl, get them happy, and have those positive outcomes that come out of that.
Right. And that's what it is, my experience playing college, it was, obviously playing at Georgia was more of a business, but, I remember playing the game because it was fun, and when it became a business, I understood it, but it was still fun,
Oh, that's the bottom line. That's you want to keep making it that for these kids. Another guy that had some fun in the stands is Dr. Dan McAlexander, our president. I want to give him a shout out because he was fired. He loves the sports and the athletic programs at LaGrange College. He is at most of the games. He or his wife Celeste are there, and they really do support this team.
Very supportive of everything that we're doing in our football program, and I can't say enough about them and thank them for their support. But you can hear them in the stands. I hear them. The referees making bad calls, and he's really getting after them. So. But like I said, you're gonna see a more excited football team from LaGrange College. We're gonna celebrate some of those small victories, and then hopefully they can turn into big ones.
How many will y'all travel with, coaches? Y'all get ready to leave this week?
We're gonna travel with 66 players.
Wow.
So we're gonna travel with as many.
And what, 50 of them are defense? The way you roll them in and out.
We got at least 35 guys on defense, and we'll take about 31 offensive guys. So,
another guy I'm going to mention real quick is Drew Lewinsky. He's to me got such a motor.
I tell you, and he has done a great job. Not just from a leadership standpoint. He's a guy offensively our coaches can trust. Especially in the areas of pass protection and also running the football. He's done a phenomenal job.
He'll run. He'll get back and catch a ball if you need to on a punt or a kickoff. He just seems to be one of those guys that's just a hard-nosed football player.
He is, and most people don't realize he's our snapper on punt, and he does punt and PATs and field goals, and that's a position most folks don't realize that
if it goes well, if it goes well, you don't notice him. Right. When it doesn't go well, who's the snapper?
That's exactly right. But Drew Lewinsky, he's a champion in my mind. He's inspired our team. He's actually out there getting after the offense and the defense to get better. Like I say, he's a true leader.
And, he'll be leading the team to Greensboro. Coach, real quick on Greensboro, are they going to be someone that's going to try to pound the ball down the field, or are they going to spread it out a little bit?
They're still trying to figure it out, too. The last game they played, NC West, when they lost 38-0. They haven't scored an offensive touchdown in about 4 weeks. So they're trying to figure things out. You see a lot of passing because they're down.
Right.
They run the ball decent.
Does anybody go under center anymore?
This is very rare.
Yeah.
Very rare. But, this is a team I feel very good about, getting a win. So we just got to do our parts, do our jobs, and come back home with a win. And it nothing to get very excited about because it's homecoming for them.
Right.
But we just got to focus in and get a win.
Well, in wrestling, they call the bad guys the heel, and there's nothing better than to walk into somebody's homecoming and spoil it by beating them.
If you look at it from their perspective, we got the same record. They're 1-4, we're 1-4, and they may be thinking this is the team that we can beat.
Right.
So, when you look at our team versus their team, we're the better football team.
And hopefully we'll be the better football team come Saturday. In fact, you'll be listening to that. They'll be streaming that on the Greensboro site. Bill and I won't be able to attend that ball game, but you can listen to it there. And, of course, make sure to join us back here next Monday night as we'll talk about hopefully a big win as the Panthers will head up to Greensboro to take on the Greensboro. I'm trying to remember what their mascot is. I should know that. It's right there. All right. I'll tell you Monday. So make sure to join as a cliffhanger. Join us on Monday, and we'll let you know all about that. Well, for Coach Chambers, I'm Jack Gorman. We're looking forward to seeing you next week on the radio.